if the 6 of us land on an island, somebody's getting eaten.
It ain't me.
This episode is sponsored by Anchored Souls. Be sure to check out the link below for local art, home decor, gifts, and more.
Sticks, you gotta give us access to your camera and your mic. You got it muted, dude. All right, while he figures that out, just something I wanted to touch real quick. We'll start off with it. We'll see where it goes. I want to start doing either a segment or maybe a spinoff, or just maybe like every other week we do this podcast and I do that or whatever. Probably just be easier to do it as just a small segment on each podcast. Oh my God, what is that hair? What the fuck is that?
You're still muted.
Yeah. Did you turn into a meth head? Is that what you've been doing up there in Cincinnati? What is wrong with your hair? You're muted.
I don't think he's muted. I think he's technologically challenged.
He has permission. What's your
There he is. I heard him laugh. So what happened to your hair?
I'm working on my ODB.
Your what?
Old dirty bastard.
You look like the white version of him for sure.
I had a long day.
Old dirty bastard. You had a long day. Well, that doesn't account for the fucked up hairdo. There's nothing in the back. Yeah. It's like a rooster cut. Walking around looking like a chicken. There you go. That's better.
That's better.
The only thing worse would be seeing you with your shirt off. God damn.
I mean, it is kind of warm in here.
Wow. All right. So what I was saying is, one of the things I want to talk to, maybe do a small segment on each podcast is men's mental health. It's something I don't think is talked about enough. It's something that I don't think is covered enough. I think mental health in general isn't covered very well. I do think for women it's covered a little bit better. I think as far as men goes, especially our generation, well, my generation, I don't know, some of you guys are a little younger. Our generation, for most of us, there wasn't a thing. Like, you just sucked it up. You didn't talk about your feelings. You buried it deep down low. You didn't bring it up again. You cried. You sucked it up. You got hurt. You sucked it up. You walked it off. Like, that's not a thing. I think younger kids have been too much focused on mental health and safe spaces and don't hurt your feelings. Like, I think you went from people that have absolutely no emotion because they were told they couldn't have any to people who are given every right to have all emotion, and they're just a fucking piece of glass. So you disagree with them, and then, oh my God. And then you have the other people who you'd be like, what's wrong with you today? Oh, nothing. But yet their faces walking around like this all fucking day and throwing shit, kicking shit. What's fucking wrong with me? What's wrong with you? So
you mean you every day?
Yeah, me every day. Yeah, pretty much me. But it's something that if you would have asked me before I married my wife, I would have told you that anxiety and depression isn't a real thing. That everybody deals with shit. Just some people deal with shit better than other people, and if you can't deal with it, then you're a pussy. I mean, I didn't believe in anxiety, depression, none of that shit. Living with a wife who has crippling anxiety and depression for 16 years, you kind of get the look of it and kind of realize that it's not just something that you can suck up and walk through. It's not something you can get over in a day, Mm-hmm. Something small and innocent to me, like the fucking dryer not working for a minute is just the problem that can be fixed. Somebody that might just cripple their day. That could be the one thing that you thought you could do today that would help get you on the right track, and now it can't, and now your whole fucking day crumbles. So I don't think we cover it very well as a society. I know men in general, we don't talk about it. If you were in a group, so if you got 6 of your buddies together and went to the bar and was like, hey man, I was really just feeling, fuck you, queer, pussy. Like, that's what you're going to hear.
Yeah, you'd be the last one to hang out with.
Yeah, I would tear you apart. I'd fucking rip you to shreds, dude. So I would like to either, beginning or end of every podcast, either anonymous, you can DM me or you can text me, you can message me on the Talentless Facebook, however you want to. You can either be anonymous and just send a message, or you can come in and talk about it. And we can have a session where we just one of the big things I found is just listen. Like, We don't have to fix problems. We can just listen to somebody. I heard Theo Vaughn on his podcast with Sean Strickland, the UFC fighter. He was beaten very badly when he was a child, like severely badly. It's what made him a good UFC fighter. But he broke down and was just sobbing in the Theo Vaughn podcast. And the one thing he said was like, "I'll just let me be here with you for a minute." So even if that's something somebody needs, if you call us on Discord, message us, you don't have to say anything. Just say you need a second, and we'll listen or help. Yeah, it could be anonymous. We can do it publicly. We can have a session on here. We could call it the bitch session or the crybaby or the Suda Beta Omega, whatever. PMS session. We can call it whatever we want. Just to give some people, because I know there's a lot of shit out there for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that struggle with a lot of shit day to day. I know if you see me put a message in Discord that said I had a rough day, it's so much worse than I had a rough day. I promise you. That is the understatement of a lifetime if you hear that. So something I think we should do better at. The crazy stat I saw the other day was something like suicide in males between the age of 24 and 34 during and after COVID has risen 40%, and that's just an insane fucking number. It's just,
And
I'm sure it's
the
pretty
statistic
skewed.
for veterans is about 22 a day commit
Yeah.
suicide.
So it's a lot of shit. They're doing a lot of shit, especially for veterans. They're getting ready to try to legalize ibogaine, I think, in Texas. I think it's going to be one of the first places they try it, which has like a first dose of ibogaine has an 87% chance of curing mental illness. Second dose, 97% chance. It completely remaps the brain, gets rid of PTSD. They're doing big shit with it. But until then, have a place to talk. Have 15 minutes if you want to get on here and just fucking cuss about everybody in your fucking day. And we can leave it anonymous. You can just rant. We can just post a text thread, whatever you want. You can get on here and call fucking your mom out and call her a bitch. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. Whatever we can help with. And even if it's not during the podcast, anybody who's listening or anybody who's here throughout the week, reach out to me. Post something in the Discord if you want. You can DM me privately, whatever you want. I'll be there for you as much as I can, and we'll help each other get through some of the tough day-to-day shit. Except for you, Bobby.
Hey, I struggle with it all the time.
I know. So that's just something I wanted to cover real quick. So we'll talk more about it in the future, and we'll figure maybe a direction to take that in or something we can do with it down the road. But something that I'd like to do and concentrate on, especially in a gaming community that's primarily males, especially. So, all right, none of the fucking the view shit's out of the way. All right, the movie Roar. One of the things I wanted to talk about. I don't know if a lot of people know about this movie. Go ahead.
I haven't watched the movie, but yeah, I've seen a lot of documentaries and coverages of it. So yeah.
Yeah, it took something crazy. I think it took like 34 years to completely make and finish like funding the film, like to get it because it re-released in 2015 after it released like in the 80s and just didn't do well. So it started with I forget the guy's name who directed it, but him and his wife. She was a pretty big actress, and their daughter is a pretty big actress, and I have the fucking names in there somewhere, but they adopted like a bunch of lions and wanted to do a movie.
Noel Marshall directed
Yeah, there you go. Noel Marshall, and I forget his wife. His wife was in the Hitchcock movie, like The Birds. Like she was an up and coming big star. And then the daughter who got hurt was Aubrey. I don't know. Anyways, pretty well-known family. So they adopted like 7, 8 lions, and then they're like, "Hey, we should do a movie." Well, then they got something upwards of 131 big cats. They got elephants. They got Bengal tigers. all sorts of shit, and they decided to film their own movie. In the process of that movie being filmed, recorded injuries where over 70 people out of the 140 cast members were injured and had to go to the hospital. Yeah. One of the main stars, the young girl, had to have 71 stitches and sutures in the top of her head from a big cat biting the top of her head and dragging her through a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they left it in the movie. It's in the movie. Oh, every injury that happened to the people in the film, they left in the film.
See, I think that's like
So
a
if
big
you-
reason why I haven't watched the movie itself.
Oh,
it's just like,
dude.
I'm good on that. Like, when you watch a movie and you're like, oh, that CG looks horrible. When it comes to like, let's say if you're watching a movie and it's like a CG horse that gets hurt or something like that, I'm like, I'm down. I'd rather them not like do what they used to do back in the day, where like somebody falls over, so they just like yank a horse with a rope and make it like fall on the ground. It's like, you guys can make it CG. I don't need to see animal cruelty while I'm trying to enjoy a movie. Like, I'm good.
The like first 30 minutes of the film, the dad is away, who's the director. He is away, and his family comes to visit him at this house. I believe it's supposed to be in Africa. I don't know where it's actually shot at. In the process of them coming to visit, there's nothing but tigers and lions in this tiny house chasing the family around this house. They're biting them, they're tearing at them, they're ripping at them. Noel Marshall, the guy who was the director, he got bit so bad in his hand they thought he was going to lose his arm. He got gangrene during the filming. His wife got her foot completely turned into mush from an elephant that stepped on it. It was a very, very, very bad movie. So when they released it, they did. They released it. The box office had only grossed $2 million worldwide, and in the amount of time it took to make the movie, they spent $17 million on the movie. They only made $2 million in return. And yeah, people walked out. It was a horrific movie.
How much in lawsuits?
Oh, I'm sure a shit ton. But so Audrey Hepburn, is that it? Hepburn? Audrey Hepburn. During the promo shoot is when she was bitten in the head.
Oh my!
And the teeth went so deep that they scraped her skull. She was taken in for her wounds.
You say that like that's deep. The skull is not that thick.
So I don't want to be in any injury where they have to say, "Oh, it looks like your skull seems to be a little bit scraped here." It's like,
Noel Marshall's brother John was bitten and walked around for 10 minutes, and it took 6 men to separate the line from the back of his head. He needed over 156 sutures on the back of his head. The other brother, Jerry Marshall, was bitten in the thigh while trying to get him out of the cage and had to have his chunk of his thigh removed from the mouth so they could take it to be sewn back on. It was an insane movie. I don't want to play any clips of it to fucking copyright infringement, but there's one scene where these guys are pulling up in a boat and you can see the real fear in their eyes. 2 giant Bengal tigers jump on the fucking boat and stink it. And these guys are trying to swim away, and these fucking Bengal tigers are drowning them in the water. And they slash the one guy's face. You see, he almost loses his eye. Slashes him right across the face, and he's just pouring blood out all in the water and just trying to keep this tiger from drowning. It's a fucking insane movie. So I got thinking about that, which took me into like thinking about we had watched that Chimp Crazy or whatever the fuck it is documentary where the people who buy chimpanzees. And it's the guy who did the Tiger King documentary. He hired what do they call it? Not a posse, a fake director to do the film because he knew they wouldn't trust him because of the shit he did to the Tiger King. And it was this lady and the chimpanzees that they bought and how they treat them like humans and stuff. And it goes over that one, I think it was in the late 80s, where the lady, her chimpanzee, ripped the other lady's face off and was eating her face when the cops got there.
Oh, I had that one story where they They use some sort of amphetamine in the monkey's tea or the ape's tea in the morning in order to like keep it calm or something like that. And then that lady that ended up getting injured, I guess that morning she sneezed while they were preparing the tea, and it just like from there.
Yeah,
Isn't
because
she the one that ended up on Oprah Winfrey?
Yeah, it shredded her face so bad, her face looked like a butthole, dude. Like she had no face left. And they put her on Oprah and like took her veil off and everything. It was horrific. That scene of
Yeah, that one
what's
movie
that movie?
there. They
Nope.
mimic,
Nope.
yeah.
Yeah, Nope. They mimic it in Nope. The scene where it's like the kids sitcom or whatever, and they just show like that kid soaked in blood and the monkey's just going crazy. This lady had been buying and trading chimpanzees forever. And it just got me thinking about like exotic animals and trades, and especially being down here in Florida, we have a very big problem with exotic pets becoming invasive species. Like the Everglades is so overrun with Burmese pythons, they're paying fucking methed up hillbilly hilljacks $25 a foot to go catch them, and it's just a wild west down the Everglades with all
Shit,
these
I'll come
fucking.
down there and do it.
Well, I figured you would. You're
I
gonna have
think
to
I
put
would.
on some weight there, boy.
I put on a little bit.
So I printed out like a little list of just some of the things that are down here in Florida. So the Burmese python is one of the biggest ones that's completely wreaking havoc.
Yeah, I think
It-
there's like 96% of all of the mammal life in the Florida Everglades is just gone.
yeah, 96. Hold on, I got the number here somewhere.
It's a
I wrote it
freaking
down.
crazy amount.
It's a crazy amount of mammals and birds that have been completely destroyed. There it is. From 97 to 2012 in the Everglades, raccoon, possum, bobcat populations has dropped 99.3%. 99.3%. Marsh
You can have some
rabbits,
of ours.
foxtail rabbits, and foxes have disappeared entirely from the Everglades. No longer exist in the Everglades.
You guys need
77%.
some geese?
What's that? We need
I
geese?
said
No,
you
we
guys
don't want
need some geese down there?
We don't want none of those fucking geese. Cash prizes for catching them. They've been known. I mean, there's that one viral footage of the deer that's coming out of the side of that python. The python, it was like a 17-foot Burmese that ate a 150-pound deer,
Oh my.
and it ripped its way out of it like halfway through digestion. That's fucking insane. Monkeys. I don't know how to say this. It's macaque. It's a macaque, but that's not. I don't know if you really want to call it macaque, but they're all over down here. A surprising amount. They were brought over in the 30s as a tourist attraction and escaped, and have just been wild breeding in Central Florida. Nothing's been done to stop them. One that probably everybody knows is iguanas. Yeah, my wife thought iguanas they're from Florida. Like it's a Florida thing. Like they should be on our flag. You can't fucking walk 2 feet in Miami without seeing a fucking 4-foot iguana running down the fucking street.
I thought they were native to Florida.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. They're fucking
I did.
everywhere. Another one that I don't know if this is true. I haven't heard of it, but it was top 5 on the list. Was the testicle eating Pacquiao fish?
Excuse me?
It's a Southern American fish, South American fish that usually bite somewhere around, because its bite is eerily similar to the human mouth. They're a cousin to the piranha. They have razor sharp teeth. They grow much larger, especially down here in Florida. They get up to about 50 pounds is the biggest one they've ever seen. For some reason, their mouth is shaped particularly well for biting testicles. And apparently that's what they prefer when they're in the water. There's no number here, so I don't know if I trust it. There's no like percentage of people's testicles been like one out of every 6 testicles that goes in the water
But
has
then you
been
also gotta
bitten
think
by the
too.
fish.
is it both testicles, just one? And then you get into weird ratios like that. Like, you know,
Yeah, I don't-
70% of testicles have been bit. It's like, oh, they just go for the one. It's like, no, they go for both.
I think if he gets your first one, I don't think he could get my second one. I don't know if. I think my ball's gone. There goes my other one. You bastard.
Go to Florida, don't go in the water. Gotcha.
Don't go in the water. Yeah. Wild boars is another one. There's so many fucking wild boars down here. It's insane. I think Texas too up there by you, Slabo. I mean they do it in Texas too. They have a helicopter hunt.
Yeah, there too.
They just fucking load up the fucking 50 cal fucking machine gun in the helicopter.
I don't like those hunts
926
because they leave the pigs where they lie, and it fucks with the farmers' equipment.
So I had an idea down here in Florida. I wanted to open a butcher's market, a meat market, and one of the things how I would help fund it was do a nonprofit for like animal shelters and use wild boar meat to make food for dogs and cats at the animal shelters. Like use that to supplement. There's so much fucking wild boar meat around here. It's fucking insane. If we have a problem with an abundance of pig, we have a problem with abundance of homeless people who can't eat. Why the fuck aren't we feeding them pig? What's wrong with it? I know people eat it. Maybe it doesn't taste good, but fuck, you're homeless. Eat the pig. And then Nile crocodiles apparently are big down here. I've never heard of it.
I've never seen it.
They've killed 33 people in Florida over the last 6 years.
Wait, did you say Nile crocodiles?
Nile crocodiles.
What the fuck?
Like from Egypt?
Yeah. They've been breeding for the last 6 years in the Florida swamps. So don't go in the water in Florida. You get your testicles bit off. Crocodile will bite you.
Where are El Chapo's fucking hippos? Where are they at?
Oh, South America. Yeah,
South America?
I remember watching a thing on it. Yeah, somewhere like
hippos?
yeah, they got like out of control population and all that, and just like taking over like swamps and stuff.
Well, that's wolves. That's wolves in the places that they've reintroduced them, right? The wolf population in Montana, they said they killed something like 200 fucking moose in one season.
Wow.
And the pack has moved down into Colorado, and they were talking about already putting wolves in Colorado. That's like, just fucking leave them alone.
What, the moose? Why?
No, leave the wolves alone. Don't bring any more fucking wolves. When the moose run out, they're gonna go for your little kid.
El Chapo brought 4 hippos to his estate in the 1980s, and as of November 18th, 2023, they estimate about 170 hippos roam Colombia.
That's a lot of inbreeding. That is a lot of inbred hippopotami.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
If you could own and like fully like take care of like any like invasive species or endangered or anything like that, what kind of animal would you go for? If you could, and if it was fully being able to take care for it and everything, you didn't have to worry about expenses or anything like that.
Is it completely tamed?
No, you get it fully introduced to you. Everything else is covered, but that's up to you whether or not you got to either tame it or just throw food at it every day.
I'm a big guy, so I think I would have to go with either a grizzly bear or a fucking polar bear.
That polar bear would just every day just be saying, "I'm going to eat you."
Oh yeah, you'd have to keep them real fed. I'd have to become a crime boss, right? With a polar bear, panda, the dumbest of fucking bears.
Doesn't even know how sex works.
I'm a smaller guy. I'd have to go with like a meerkat.
Meerkat? Nice.
Not actually.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to go
like
with
a
the
wolf.
dumbest of bears. I can laugh the most about it.
I had something, but I forgot.
You forgot?
You want a wolf, Bobby? You want a wolf?
Oh, a liger.
A wolf.
A liger.
A liger? Big
liger.
fat lion.
Yeah,
They always seem
lion
like they're
tiger.
overweight. They always seem like they're so overweight. When you see a picture of a liger, it just looks like a lion that ate a tiger. It's like, what the fuck?
It's like,
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus
I
Christ.
think
What
I'd
about
have
you,
to
Hybrid?
uh,
What are you going with, Truth?
probably have to go for a sloth. I need something that'd be
Oh,
like,
I knew someone was gonna say a sloth, bro.
at least I'm
What?
not that lazy.
Isn't there a big one like the giant bear sloth or something? Isn't there a huge fucking sloth?
Oh,
It's
wasn't
like
it like
it's the size of a bear. I think it's a just ginormous sloth.
I think it starts with an M. Can't remember.
can I ride it into battle?
Fuck yeah!
I
Well,
mean,
you'd show up late. I think.
Oh,
That'll
it's called a
probably be over.
sloth bear, bro.
that's
Oh,
fair
okay.
enough.
We'll
bear,
look at the
literally.
easy pickings. What's left? Everyone
Yeah,
will be
right.
tired.
Clean it up.
It's literally called a sloth bear.
What'd you
Yes.
say, Spartan?
A panda.
Oh, that's right. You fucking dumbass bear. Fucking. Do you see where in Japan? I think it was Japan. It might have been China. Where they fucking painted dogs to look like pandas and put them on the exhibit at the zoo and tried to convince people they were fucking pandas.
Oh my! I
They were
think I
fucking
remember.
fucking dogs, dude. They were fucking dogs.
I actually
Oh. What?
hold on. I'm googling.
You know,
Google Fact check me.
koala bears.
Spartan, you're the fact checker. Koala bears?
Koalas? Oh my god.
So they're so
They're dangerous.
stupid because you know how they eat eucalyptus because there's like a
Mhm.
certain thing in it that helps them
They get
digest.
high.
If you put them in a different tree, they'll eat those leaves, but it won't get. They'll actually starve themselves to death. If you put them on a table with eucalyptus leaves, they won't eat them because they don't know what they are because they're not on a tree.
Because it's not the
So
tree.
they'll starve to death. So literally the only way they'll eat is if
I
they're
need
placed in a
to.
eucalyptus tree. And if they go anywhere
They
from
look
it,
so cool,
they'll
though.
die.
Yeah, but sloths too, when they crawl around, they'll fall off.
Yeah, but that's just, of their own. I don't even know how they evolved that way. Like,
I don't either, bro. How they live so long, bro.
You're forgetting the most important fact about koalas.
What's
As a
that?
baby, they have no gut bacteria. So to get good gut bacteria to be able to break down eucalyptus, the mother feeds them shit
excellent.
that she poops.
Why do you know
Sounds-
that?
Yeah, why?
I know things,
Why?
and I
Why
drink.
is that just a little thing of knowledge? Is that on like a Snapple cap? Did you open a Snapple? And it just
I
told you-
actually watched the koala documentary.
Oh, okay.
I'm always
Nice.
worried when I learn something like that. It's like you learn like a weird fact like that. It's like, did I just push out like math or something in order to fill that in? Like,
Where
did
did
I
I
forget
get
how
that
to
story?
divide or multiply? Oh god, I don't even know how to add anymore.
So somebody added this on there. I don't think I said it, but somebody put Bigfoot on the list for today's
You
topic.
said it.
Did I say it?
Yeah, you said
No, I don't remember
exotics
that.
into Bigfoot.
Must have had one of those drinking relapses where you're not actually drinking, but you all of a sudden you were drunk. I don't know. I guess it kind of ties in with the exotic animals. So
I just added a link to the died dogs in the podcast channel to a
What?
picture of them.
Oh, okay.
The painted dogs.
They kind of look like it. Those are just Shih Tzus, though.
Yeah.
And of course,
Yeah,
it
look
was China.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That ain't no fucking panda. That's like a Sharpei. Don't you guys have pandas in China? Like, what are you doing? Isn't that where they
No,
are?
they're endangered.
Oh. Well, just get these two dogs to fuck, and we'll make more baby look-alike pandas.
They're like, yeah, this exhibit's at you got to be at least 30 feet away. You don't get
Yeah, right.
binoculars. You're not zooming in on your phone. You take those glasses off, sir. This isn't no
Those
glasses
pandas are
exhibit.
doing a doggy style over there. What the fuck?
You ever seen those weird glasses where then they go to see gorillas and it like looks like their pupils are looking the other way so people aren't staring into gorillas' eyes and makes them go insane?
I've never seen it.
Oh, I stare into gorilla's eyes every time.
And
I think
you're just enraging. They're like, why is he picking a fight with me? I'm just chilling here eating a banana.
I also bare my teeth at him every time too.
They run up
I think
and
I
break
could
the
take a
glass.
chimpanzee. I don't think I could take a silverback. I think I can take a chimp.
Those chimpanzees, they got like rage mode,
You're-
just strong fingers.
Orangutan,
And they'll
maybe?
eat your face.
That
They will eat you face first,
Kind of docile.
like that
I'll-
woman that they ate
I'll
face
bite him
first.
first, dude.
eat.
Bite that motherfucker first. Ah, bitch. Then I'll pee on him. He'll know I'm boss. I think that's what they do, right? Don't they pee on each other? I don't know. All right, going from peeing on a chimpanzee to Bigfoot, it's because he's basically a big chimpanzee, right? Has anyone ever seen him? Anyone have Bigfoot stories?
What?
I watched a
No, I
I
mean,
want to
documentary
sell my
once.
house and move somewhere where I can find one because I believe in them 100%.
Well,
Aren't you in Cincinnati?
I am.
There's Bigfoot
We don't have
there.
anything cool like that except for like Mothman, but that's like 3 hours away. And I'm scared of Mothman.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
terrified of the Mothman. Terrified.
Where's that at? Jersey? Manhattan? Where's the
No,
Mothman
it's-
from?
It's the east side of Ohio, like close to West Virginia. Or it might be in West Virginia.
Oh. Well,
Didn't they
fuck,
do a
I don't
movie
want to go to
with,
West Virginia anyway.
Nicolas Cage on that? Was it Nicolas Cage?
That was Richard Gere, the Mothman.
It was
Oh no,
Richard
you're
Gere.
right. It is Richard Gere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
That's the
gerbil up the
scariest
butt,
movie
Richard
I've
Gere.
ever seen.
Scariest movie I've ever seen. But
Yes.
now what? So what? Well, we'll get on a whole cryptoid thing here in a second. But so knowing, I thought I saw Bigfoot one time with Speedy, our other Discord member. We were riding our bikes down a road, and we swear we saw a giant hairy man walking through the fucking forest. We lived in the middle of nowhere. We were so convinced all of our cousins, aunts, and uncles went looking through the woods too.
We
were like,
It's probably a bear, bro.
It probably was a black bear, like scratching its back on a tree.
Yeah.
But we were like, "Fuck!" and just turned around and dipped immediately. We weren't fucking standing around. If I was like 15, we probably would have went up and fucked with it. But so what? Some of the other names: Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, skunk ape. I think that's up in Cincinnati, right? Yeah, that's what they call them up there.
Yeah. Yeah, but
No,
there's
maybe-
nothing real close to here.
The grass man, Wendigo, which I thought Wendigo was something completely different. I thought that was like some Native American like soul sucking beast.
I think that
Yeah.
just
Well,
falls
this
under
is
the
Native American.
cryptoid
Calling
category.
from the woods of. It's from Canada, dude. Come on, Druid.
Yeah, it's like
Wendigo.
cryptoid category kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Dude, it says right here he's native to Canada. You ain't found him yet?
Oh man, we
Fucking
all living on
jerk.
the border over here,
Actually-
man. It's cold up there.
Hey,
Huh. What?
well, Wendigo isn't a single person like Mothman. Wendigo is technically can become anyone. It's when they cannibalize humans. You can have the
Jesus
possibility
Christ.
to become a Wendigo.
Oh, okay. So if I eat a human, I can become a Wendigo?
Well, multiple humans.
There goes my current RimWorld
How
playthrough, I
many?
guess.
How many people do I have to eat to become a Wendigo? Do we know? Like I said, how many
No.
licks get to the Tootsie Pop? No one's ever figured it out. No one's never ate enough humans to find out how much it takes to be a Wendigo.
And it's also like based on location, because it's like, why would you? Because I've like like planes crash in the mountains, or people like stranded on like a deserted island in the Caribbean or something like that, and they're eating people out there to survive. Is it depending on location then? It's like the whole Gremlins thing, you can't feed them after 12. It's like, well, if they're flying in a plane, go over a time zone.
Yeah, listen, I promise you guys right now, if the 6 of us land on an island, somebody's getting eaten.
It ain't me.
I've got the most meat, which means I'm killing one of you fucks first, and we're gonna start with one of you guys. I'm sorry. I would be the most plentiful kill, so you guys would have to gang up and eat my fat. You could probably live long enough to get safety if you guys just ate me.
I don't even
Why?
I guess we'll just ignore my survival
good.
skills.
Right, same.
So I don't even got enough meat on me to like, unless you want some like
We
toothpicks to clean your teeth or something.
Yeah, we crash on a desert island. What's your survival? You're gonna fucking fashion a Morse code thing out of trees and coconuts and send a message somewhere?
Most desert creatures live under rocks during the day, and you can just hunt at night when they come out.
Oh, this guy. It's
I've
fucking
watched
Bear Grylls
Castaway.
over here.
I watched Castaway.
Yeah. Brainfoot. Bigfoot. Yeah, fuck Bigfoot. Whatever Bigfoot. All right. Surprise category. The reason Bobby is here. Okay. The rest of that was just filler till we got Bobby, aka Powder. Have you seen the movie Powder? He kind of looks like Powder. Bobby Schmurder.
I'm kind of pale.
The Mormon religion. Let's
Oh,
talk
God.
about it. Let's talk
Right.
about it. Okay.
All right, what you got?
So first, true or false? You're a shitty Mormon.
True.
Okay. Let's go through this list of things you're not allowed to do. And
Okay.
you tell me if you do them or not. Drink
Uh,
alcohol.
Not much anymore. But
You
yes.
still does it. Okay. Tobacco.
Not much anymore. But yes.
Tea.
Ew. No.
Coffee.
Yes.
Drugs.
No.
Soft drinks with caffeine, aka Mountain Dew or Red Bull.
I've had like 6 Red Bulls today.
Yeah.
Sex before marriage.
No.
You're a liar. You have a kid, and you're not married. You're a liar. Dishonesty. That's the. See, look, you already got that one. Viewed pornography.
Yes.
Same-sex relations. We know that's true. Swearing. I'll give you that one.
I don't curse a lot.
I think I've heard you cuss twice in like the 20 years I've known you. Piercings
But-
and tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're covered in tattoos. You're like a paint by
Yeah.
number. Do you
I wish.
donate 10% of your income? You don't have 10% to give. I know that's a lie.
No.
Do you dedicate your Sundays to the Lord? You're a liar. You watch football. Here's the last one on the list. Do you avoid touching another person's private parts outside of a monogamous heterosexual marriage?
Absolutely
You've
not.
touched a lot of wieners. That's fact. That's facts from the news desk.
A
All right.
lot of winnings.
So, all seriousness about the Mormon religion.
Mhm.
Do you have magical underwear?
I do not personally.
God damn it. That's a thing, right? Your parents do.
My parents do.
Have you seen your parents in their underwear?
I feel awkward answering that, but yes.
That's a yes. Okay.
Well, he's calling
What
it
is this
underwear.
magical
Like
underwear?
a onesie.
It's a thing that they have to wear when they go to temple. And actually, I think they're supposed to wear it at all times. It's supposed to protect you, right?
Yeah, so it's undergarments. So you don't have to wear it when you go into the temple, but yeah, nobody's supposed to see it, and yeah, you wear it pretty much at all times. Under your clothing.
religious. It's like religious Under Armour, pretty much. I
Yes,
think is what it is.
yes.
Like, yeah. It's like compression shorts, you know. It's like
You
if
know,
you're
I
one
saw-
step-
So
I'll be honest. I saw something about Mormons on TikTok. What's this shit about? What's it called? It's where you just leave it in soaking.
Oh my!
What is that?
I don't participate in that, so I am a terrible Mormon. Because I've heard about that too.
I was like, yo, what the
Hey,
fuck?
Look, they
they
also have something
do
where
they
you
teach it
could
at your churches?
soak, where you could soak, and then you have a friend rock your shoulders. So
And
that
this
way
is
you're
not-
not the one doing it.
You know what this is? This
I've
is
seen
like
that. I've seen
this
that
is the
too.
shit-
I've heard it called waving or something because they'll shake the bed.
Yeah,
Your friend
Yeah,
will
they're
shake
called
the bed.
shakers.
yeah, to help you out.
I've always been
so
like,
this is like a way to cheat the system, right?
yeah, it's
I
like
didn't do it. My friend did it.
it's like
Yeah.
you're supposed to be religious and like believe in everything and all that, and you're like, I found a loophole. You really think like the one, God, there's going to be like, oh, you found a loophole, oh, you like, I should have
Forgive
thought
it.
of that. You clean,
Oh, you
clean
son
slate.
of a bitch! You got me. Joseph Smith is the man, right? That's his name.
Yeah. Yeah,
And he was stumbling around the woods, and Jesus talked, God talked, and dig right here, and he found some magical plates, right?
yeah,
Written in some mumbo jumbo that nobody knew how to read but him, right?
correct.
Nice.
Um,
Sounds legit.
like
Sounds legit.
that.
He's got me. Isn't it true? This turned into like a fucking expose gotcha for the Mormon religion.
You hear
It
this
is.
papers, sir?
I'm gonna get excommunicated.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we picked You as the spokesperson for the worst Mormon in the history of Mormon. Is it true that Joseph Smith only created it because he wanted his neighbor's wife?
That's what you say, yes. But I don't
Okay.
believe so.
I heard he was married, but his neighbor's wife looked pretty fucking good. So he's like, hey, babe, God talked to me while I was taking that walk you told him to take. And he was like, it's cool if we have multiple spouses. And she's like, oh, sweet. I'll go find some trees. No, you, just me. Just the guys get lots of chicks. That's what he said it. All right.
It's a lot deeper than that, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
By
that's
the way,
happening.
I
That's
do
happening
not
to all of them.
practice polygamy.
So
The
Well,
Mormons
church
the ones
that's
that
good.
get
I'll
an
give you a
abolished
plus.
that
island or a
I'll give
planet?
you a plus.
years ago. What's up?
What is it?
Are Mormons the ones that get an island or a planet?
Planet.
Neither. No, neither.
You
What
lying
is it
sack
then?
of shit. I have it right here. I've got the documents.
Where do you print that from? I want to hear the website.
Mormon.com/org. Wikipedia. It's got to be true.
No,
Okay. so
Only
what do you
professionals
get
can
when you
edit
die?
Wikipedia.
So
Uh,
listen, is it true? Hold on before you answer that, because this goes along with it. Is it not true that you guys believe God is of body, right? He's not an entity. He's in a body, and he's on a different planet. Is that not correct? Am I
no.
misreading that?
Misreading.
Okay. Well, then what? Tell me what it is.
This is why we're
So
here.
we believe 3 separate entities: God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. So they're
There's
entities.
entities. Is Santa
You're
Claus
going
one of
to a
them?
shitty Mormon church.
You ever played Phasmophobia?
Played what? What is it?
Sass is like,
do
shut up,
you-
dude.
Do you baptize dead people?
Yes.
What?
Fucking psychos.
Not
How does that work?
not like dig them up and baptize them,
Oh,
but
okay.
like in their name, like with their relatives' permission, they would say like, "Hey, I want to get my deceased uncle baptized." So
Why?
then
So-
he would have like
do?
a stand-in.
So it's like to save his life, even though he didn't want saved.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you have the right to do that? What if that man didn't want to be saved?
Imagine-
You ever think of that?
I don't know.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so I did that when I was a kid. I was doing like
Who'd you
baptism
do
for
it?
death.
Who'd you baptize?
I don't know, a bunch of people,
You
like
touch
20
dead
people.
bodies?
No,
Oh.
we didn't do their bodies. It was
Well, then
I
what'd
was
you baptize?
baptized in their names.
Oh, that's a fucking loophole. That would have been so much cooler if you're baptizing dead bodies.
Well, I can't
Oh,
tell you
that's
that, or I'd
fucked
get
up.
excommunicated.
One guy
Oh.
just chilling in like Sovngarde or something, drinking with the Vikings, and all of a sudden he just gets warped out of there into another after. Sorry, somebody else said you this now, so I don't know what to tell you, my guy.
I was gonna ask, is there like a quota? Like you guys gotta get so many dead bodies. Hey, you know, is the
To
Mormons
become
like
like
going?
a level.
Yeah, like it's like how they go door to door to try to sell you on Mormonism. Do they like go door to door at the hospital? Like, hey, when you die, you got anybody claiming your body? We really love to watch you when you're done. All right, that's another thing.
No, it's per family request.
Mormon, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine. Is one of your books called The Doctrine and Covenants? That just sounds shady.
So that's part of the Book of Mormon.
Okay. And the Pearl of the
Hold on.
Great Price?
Yeah. Let me
Okay.
make it clear. We do also believe in the Bible. We just believe that the Book of Mormon is an extension.
Right. It's just the shit God forgot to put in before. He talked to Joseph and said, hey, could you add
No,
this for me?
It was the lost scriptures,
Oh, they were lost. Yeah, because they were
and that's
buried.
where the golden tablets come from that Joseph Smith found.
All right. What
This
else
is
we got?
retarded.
They believe Hold on. I got it right here. Salvation. Mormons believe the highest level of salvation, you'll go to the celestial kingdom. They believe that when you reach this, it includes you will be living with living gods and you will continue with your families and become gods yourself and create your own world.
So you're gonna plan it?
I don't know anything about that. That doesn't sound familiar to me. I haven't been to church in 15, 20 years.
You have to be married to someone of the opposite sex, or you're not getting in. Says it right there. And
I do know that they at least were not fans of homosexuals, but I think they have changed their standing on it.
well, beggars can't be choosers when you're trying to get people to join. You
That's true.
don't have a lot of people knocking down the door. You kind of got to let anybody in. I will say they did stop polygamy. I believe after Joseph Smith was they assassinated him. A bunch of people shot him up apparently, and then I forget the guy's name. I had it wrote down. I lost it. That took over. Brigham something.
Br-
Come on,
Brigham
I
Young.
don't know.
Brigham Young.
Everything
There
I'm
it is.
researching.
Oh, fun fact. You remember Steve
Brigham
Young,
Young.
49ers quarterback?
Yeah, he's Mormon.
That's his grandson.
Yep. So Brigham Young took him from up in the Ohio/Kentucky area, I believe, and moved him down to Utah because they've been cast out of everywhere else, right?
Yes.
And then that's where they were like, hey, no more banging a lot of people's wives. We got to get rid of that. People aren't liking it. We're getting run out of town, taking all these other people's wives.
Yeah.
Now, true or false, you probably don't know this, huge Mormon community in Mexico,
Yeah.
right on the border. Only reason I know this, I read an article where a bunch of them were shot down against their rival gang, the cartel.
We are rivals with the cartel, yes.
Just came across my desk. The cartel was trying to use Mormon children to smuggle drugs, and they were like, hey, God said no drugs. And they shot up a bus full of them.
Well, that is
God
a
be
weird
with
way
you,
of saying
dead
that.
Mormon children. All right.
So I
That's
googled,
all
can
I
a gay
have.
person
What did we
be a
miss?
Mormon?
Oh, I
You
don't
said,
know.
what did you forget?
Yeah, what I miss? What are the key facts I'm leaving? Sell me on Mormonism, 60 seconds. Where's your pitch? Go.
I call them missionaries.
God damn.
Oh, that's a valid point.
Okay.
That's their
Those are-
job.
That's
Yeah,
those
that's
guys in the
there
white,
you go.
the little
But they're
white
not
shirt.
allowed in your
black
house
pants.
unless there's another person present.
They're not
So
allowed.
I'd have
Didn't
to
they like
bring 'em.
invite them in like vampires?
Are they like Yeah, are they vampires? What the fuck?
All right, so there's okay, if it's two female missionaries, they're not allowed coming into your house. Like they can't come into my house unless like my wife is home.
What if you don't have a wife? Then is it like, let's do it?
Then they bring a guest from church.
Is
with
this all
them.
just built around not having any trust over your girlfriend?
I think it is.
It
I
might
think
be.
this old lady might have been a slut. He wanted to get back at her.
You're not allowed in Timmy's house. I don't trust that asshole. His dick's just flopping around everywhere.
You know what? God talked to me and said I can marry Timmy's wife too. Damn it! He's gonna really sock it to Timmy. All right, I think that's all I had about the Mormon religion. There was something else, but I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
Oh, Joseph Smith couldn't fucking read, right? Isn't that a thing? Didn't he drop out of school at like 9?
I think so.
But he could read.
So how did he read these mystical
magic plate.
tablets then?
All right, so like God and Jesus appeared to him in the woods in New York, somewhere in New York, and they translated them for him.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's terrible.
Fucking
That sounds
little-
like something God and Jesus would do in their spare
Right.
time.
They did. They led him to the golden plates, and they were like, "Hey, check this out." And he's like, "What is this?" It's scribbles. And then they're like, "Oh, this is how you read it."
little chalkboard. There's
from
Jesus'
left to
chalkboard
right?
with a stick.
So,
You're like, this is how you read it
So-
from left to right. And these words, they have
Right.
sounds in them.
so he was
Where
on
are these tablets?
in the church, like one of the temples.
Which one?
Oh, wait. Church and temples are two different things, right? Don't fuck
Yes.
this up.
Yeah.
Temples are secret, right? Church is not.
Yeah. You're not allowed being in the temple unless
it.
you are a baptized Mormon.
I'm coming to Cincinnati. We're going undercover with a fucking camera. We're going into the fucking temple.
The closest one to Cincinnati is in Columbus.
That's fine. We'll go up there
Okay.
on Columbus Day. Oh, that's not a thing anymore. On a day, Mormon Day. What is there a Mormon Day?
Mormon Day.
The day
Every
of the
day's Mormon
Mormons.
Day. Every
Oh,
day's Mormon
burn,
Day.
boom, roasted. Praise Joseph
When
Smith.
like the biggest difference, I think, we believe in living prophets.
Yeah, you believe in people can just make shit up.
Yeah.
No, they did
That's
before
what it
too.
sounds like.
You know
Yeah.
who else believes in living prophets?
Who's that?
Scientology.
Cults.
Cult. Small
Cult.
French fry. LMO. I love this. Well, thanks for stopping in. We're not afraid to touch the hard issues that everybody wants to get to the bottom of, like the Mormon religion. We got to. You know anybody who's a Scientologist? We gotta have them on next. We don't know any rich people,
Tom
so we
Cruise.
Last week Freemasons, this week Mormons, next week Tom Cruise on Scientology.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
went.
missed the Freemason one. Darn.
Yeah, I didn't talk too much about it because I don't want my entrails scattered all over the beach.
Yeah, you're just tearing this poor man
I talk
apart
about it
over
all the
here.
time.
He's like, oh my god, if somebody else sees this, like it might click.
I don't
gotta
want
move.
my body buried where the tide even flows twice within a day. Like, that whole
Look, to
thing.
make it worse, I'm a Mason too.
Hey, listen,
Oh no.
I will
Is
tell
that
you
allowed?
something about the Masons. Listen to this. So me and him were supposed to go in at the same time, and we were supposed to go through the process together. Well, this pussied out one day, so he was a day behind. So I went through the whole thing and I was done. And then when it was his turn, I was already a member. So he was like, "Man, you really gotta let me know if there's any craziness, like what I'm gonna do." And I was like, "I can't tell you that, you know that." And I took him aside. I was like, "Don't tell nobody, but you're gonna have to fuck that goat."
Yeah, he really did tell me that. And it was true.
He's
My
like,
dad's
he's
amazing.
like, "Oh, no way, man." I go, "Look, you're gonna have to fuck that goat." He's like, "What happens if I don't?" I go, "If you don't want to find out what happens if you don't, just do it. Everybody here's done it. You just gotta do it." The whole time he's going through the ceremony, you could see his body just twitching, like just waiting to hear that. Just waiting to hear that fucking
America's largest Freemason temple is actually like 30 minutes from me.
Oh, I got dizzy. That
Oh,
one.
God.
That was good.
It's hilarious. It was good. It was fun.
I believed him.
But did you fuck the goat?
I did.
He did. Yeah, he's a goat fucker. Same
Yeah,
goat.
I'm in now.
Same goat. We're
Oh, I didn't
Eskimo
know
goat
that.
brothers.
I didn't know
Yeah,
it was the same one.
yeah. It was the what? It was the Sheila. Her name was Sheila.
Yeah.
Yeah. She died shortly after you had your label. I don't know.
I know. I felt bad. I don't know if it was my fault or disappointment, maybe.
It was disappointment for sure.
Never takes me back.
You're in here letting Mormons have their way with me. Jesus Christ, I'm out of here. Oh.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so now a couple funny stories about Bobby here with working with him. I won't tell that one. I won't embarrass him. So
Which one?
we started working together.
I don't get embarrassed.
And oh, okay. Well, then we'll talk about that one. We started working together. We were working together, and he hated me when he first started working with me. I was a huge asshole, mostly on purpose.
I'm gonna head off, guys. Gotta make dinner.
All right, see you, Spartan.
Yeah.
His uncle worked there too, so me and his uncle just fucked with him all day. Like, was really mean to him. He's a fucking weighed 106 pounds. He was pale white, all tattooed up. He was fun to fuck with. So we just made fun of him all the time. So later on in our career, I'm now his boss, and I'm cleaning out my truck. I just got done playing golf. I'm cleaning out my truck, and he's like probably 30 feet away, and he's fucking yelling something at me, and I'm ignoring him. I probably drank 2 beers when I went out and did some sales, and I'm getting ready to clean out my truck. So I was like, "Hey, watch out." I hit a golf ball. It went through the warehouse, through the mask of the forklift, hit him while he bent down to pick up a battery in the temple, asleep, knocked him completely unconscious.
Look, that's not even how it happened.
Oh, how'd it happen?
So you pulled around back. You're right. You probably had 2, 3, 7 or 8 beers. And I was loading knee neighbor's truck. And you were like, hey, Bobby. Yeah, I turned around and looked. You acted like you were going to swing one at me. So you won't do it, pussy. So you're like, oh, really?
So it's his fault.
And then you hit it. And all I heard was the snap. I looked up. As soon as I looked up, it came straight through the mast. Hit me right in the temple. I think I still got the divot in my forehead. Yeah, put me to sleep.
To this day, only golf ball I've ever hit straight. To this day. Only golf ball I've ever hit straight. So I was like, holy, you know how like when you do something, you instantly regret it. Like, you know, it's bad. Like as I made contact, it was so, and it was just so flush. I immediately like threw the golf club and started running that way. I already knew like the fates were already going to happen. Lift him up, me and the guy he's talking about, knee neighbor, is like a 65-year-old man who was still delivering batteries. Pick him up and drag him over to the sink to wake him up. I go, are you good? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I leave. I get home like an hour later. Hey, man, I'm going to need you to come drive me home. I'm not feeling so good.
I was concussed.
Oh, you were definitely concussed.
Yeah, that was the first concussion I ever
had. You're welcome. Hashtag you're welcome. So then another time, this is completely his fault. He's running from a customer that he doesn't want to help him. He doesn't want to help the customer. And you know how the garage door tracks, like how they bend in and then the wheel of the garage door goes in there, and that's how it works, right? Well, this dumb fuck comes swinging around the corner, and like that's what he's holding to swing around the corner of the wall to like get into cover. Well, as he swings around the corner, he like, I'm coming through, so he like bumps into me, and I like knock him kind of over, and he's like starts screaming, and I just thought he was screaming because I knocked him over. I was like, he's being a little bitch, he'll be fine. When he swung around, he completely ripped his fucking finger open on the garage door, on the chunk of it that he grabbed. So now my employee that's dodging work, I have to drive him to urgent care now to get him stitched up. So we're sitting there. I'm waiting at urgent care because obviously I'm his emergency contact. Obviously, he has nobody else but me in his life.
That's true.
So at that time, so he comes out and he's just fucking sweating. He's just his whole face. He's just covered in sweat. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, what happened to you? You pass out and pee yourself? And the nurse lady's like, hey, you leave him alone. It happens to a lot of people. And I was like, oh shit, he did piss himself. I guess they asked him if they wanted him to like numb it up. He's like, no, it'll be fine. And I guess when they were doing it, he passed out.
No, it was the first time I had ever gotten stitches. So I was like looking down at it, like, yo, that's cool. Like, that's dope. And then I just, I got lightheaded, went to sleep. And then I woke up soaked.
Then he had to ride in my truck, pee pants.
Knowing you probably put like newspaper down.
I did. I had I think it was like a McDonald's bag I put there. So, I think that's a good place. We're gonna wrap it up, and I want to ask you guys. This is about Bobby as well. I want to ask everybody else their opinion. Okay, Bobby used to be very addicted to gambling. Okay, and in his addiction, he went double or nothing on a very dumb bet, and he lost to a person that is a horrible person with a very, very dark sense of humor. That person is me. I get to pick a tattoo of my choosing, and the double or nothing is on a body part of my choosing. It's been about 5 years now. I haven't cashed in yet. Should we take a poll? Should we get ideas from the Discord of what and where we should get? Because before, he's such a Bengals fan, before it was going to be like a Steelers tramp stamp, just big Ben Roethlisberger on his chest, throwing a football, something that would really crush him. But then now, I believe he might be in a relationship with a nice young lady that might go somewhere. And I was thinking of either getting my name tattooed on his neck, or maybe, maybe like the whole like property of Dustin or something, so every time she sees him with his pants off, my name is right there. Or maybe like a little colonizer planting a flag that says Dustin was here first on his butt or something, just something real comical.
Else, yeah,
Before,
that's some free advertising space.
yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
So I think maybe we should open it up to the Discord family and just maybe we'll take like a poll for the rest of the year, and then we'll just whatever votes, whatever gets, maybe we'll like take 5 or 6 suggestions, and then we'll throw them into a poll and we'll run it for a few months, and whatever the top one is and the top place is, we'll just fucking get it.
Oh my lord.
Oh no, he doesn't get to choose. He lost his right to choose. He has no
I
choice.
did.
I mean, he lives in Cincinnati. I was gonna go like really bad with it and maybe get some things tattooed on a white person's forehead that shouldn't be tattooed, but I don't want to ruin his life.
Thank you.
Let go of my ears. I know what I'm doing. Or
Yeah, at least give him something so he can wear a shirt and cover it up for like an interview or for like a nice dinner or something like that.
oh yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
You can't do him dirty like that. But I like the idea of pull down the pants property of
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe a QR code, and then when you scan it, it's like just a picture of my face.
Yeah, get somebody really good at lines to do that. URL
Oh, yeah.
link that expired.
Yeah, it just goes nowhere. Ew. All right. Well, thanks for everybody for coming. This is fun. This is one of the funner ones. Thanks for being here, Bobby. Thanks for
Sure.
indulging us with some good information about the Mormon religion. I really feel confident now that I don't like it or ever want anything to do with it. So I appreciate you scratching that one off my list. And my wife wants to say hi. So yeah,
I did.
we'll
I had a.
we'll do this. We'll do this again, and we'll come up with some more topics, and we'll have fun again.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That was good. I hope we didn't offend you too much there, Roberto.
Not at all.
Good. All right, good.
Two down.
No, dude, my thing was out.
Push him into the storm with that all?
Got him, bro.
Did you
Shit,
go?
good man. Let's go. Nice.